Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of Anything in the World. For our veteran listeners, welcome back. If you just landed here, I hope you enjoy, come back every month, and maybe even listen to the previous episodes. I'm guessing you know what I'm going to say because I mention it in every episode. This show can be heard in many platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Google Play, Deezer, SoundCloud, and much more. All the links are in the show notes. Many groups of folks from different traditions and religions have festivities in December. There are also many curiosities on how people celebrate all those holidays, and today we are going to reveal what all of them really mean, or at least most of them. Christmas is probably the most celebrated holiday in the world, after, of course, New Year's Eve. It means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, even within the same country, city, or household. There are different ways to celebrate. For example, in Spain, people have something called a cagane. This is a figure that has his pants pulled down to his ankles as he bends over to poop. Traditionally, he wears a white shirt and a hat, but you can also find it as famous people and characters such as Donald Trump, Lionel Messi, the Queen of England, and Star Wars' own Obi-Wan. And hey, guess what? We even found a hockey player one. For those who never saw one, we'll post a picture on our Instagram. The next tradition takes place in Venezuela's capital, Caracas. People roller skate to early morning Christmas mass, while younger children stay home with long pieces of string tied to their toes. The other end of it dangles out the windows so the skaters can give it a tug. Many of these unusual holiday traditions are shown on Olaf's Frozen Adventures. Have you seen it? Hanukkah is a holiday that lasts for 8 days. The tradition began because of a miracle. A supply of oil that was only enough to burn for 1 day ended up doing it for 8. That happened a long time ago when the Maccabees, a group of Jewish warriors, defeated over tyrant king and took back the Second Temple in Jerusalem. This holiday wouldn't be what it is without the food and the dreidel game. Everything we eat is fried in oil. Latkes, a potato pancake, is a delicious treat that goes even better with applesauce. The dreidel game is also a very common part of Hanukkah. The dreidel has 4 sides, each with a Hebrew letter on it. When you put all the letters together, it means a great miracle happened there. People often say that Hanukkah is the Jewish Christmas. However, it is not, because even though both take place in approximately the same time of year, they celebrate something completely different. There's also another tradition, Kwanzaa. It celebrates family, community, and the African American culture. It is observed from December 26th through January 1st since 1966. This celebration was invented by a professor called Dr. Maulana Karenga. On December 31st, families and communities hold a karamu, which is a special feast including readings, remembrances, and a festive meal. During Kwanzaa, a special candle holder called a kinara is used. It holds 7 candles, 3 red ones on the left, 3 green ones on the right, and 1 black one in the center. Each night during Kwanzaa, a candle is lit. The black one is lit first, and then it alternates between the red and the green candles, starting with the ones on the outside, moving inwards. This is quite like the lighting of the menorah in Hanukkah, which holds 9 candles instead of 7. As I've said before, the most celebrated holiday in the world is New Year's Eve, but as you can imagine, not everybody celebrates it the same way. Let me start with my birth country, which you should know if you heard episode 0. In Brazil, as well as in other Central and South America countries like Ecuador, Bolivia, and Venezuela, Specific colors of underwear are considered lucky charms. The most popular colors are red, thought to bring love, and yellow, thought to bring money. Another tradition for those in Brazil who spend this night at the beach is to jump 7 waves right after midnight. They do this to honor Iemanjá, believed to be the queen of seas. Colombians have a different way to celebrate. They make a life-size doll that represents something they want to leave behind from the old year, and they burn the dolls at midnight, symbolically burning the old year and all the bad stuff that happened. In many Canadian communities, plunging into icy water for a swim is a New Year's Day tradition. This is called the polar bear swim. New Year's Day is thought to be the best day for this kind of swim because, as many participants have noted, after you've done that, no challenge the new year could bring could possibly faze you. The very first recorded polar bear swim took place in Boston in 1904. Do you know that Apia, the capital of a small country in Oceania called Samoa, is the first place to welcome the new year? When the city enters the new year at midnight, January 1st, 2020, the local time in New York is 5 a.m., December 31st, 2019. Local time in London is 10 a.m. and the local time in Sydney, Australia is 9 p.m. The last place to welcome 2020 will be Baker Island in the United States of America, but as no one lives there, we can consider the American Samoa, a U.S. territory covering 7 South Pacific islands, as the inhabited last one. Most of the world uses a calendar called Gregorian. This is the one that starts on January 1st and goes all the way until December 31st. However, there are several cultures that celebrate New Year's Day on a different date. These cultures follow lunar, solar, and other hybrid calendars to tell time. This is true in countries like China, Korea, and Iran. Also, there are some religions that celebrate the beginning of another year in different dates. Just to give an example, Diwali is celebrated by the 3 main religions of India. Dates are usually in October or November, as the exact date changes as they follow a different calendar. The Jews also don't celebrate their New Year in December. The high holiday of Rosh Hashanah usually falls during September or early October. Thank you for listening. It was a pleasure having you here. A wish from me and my crew, aka my dad. Have a great holiday and a fantastic new year. The show doesn't stop, so we wait for you in January. Getting in touch with us is simple. Our Instagram is @AITW Podcast and our email is aitwpodcast@gmail.com. The addresses are in the show notes, as always. Wait. Just before you leave, remember to subscribe. And please, during the toast on midnight, present the show to friends and family. Show them how easy it is to subscribe so they don't miss any new episodes. Also, when you leave cookies and milk for Santa, make sure to put our note with our address, www.campsite.bio/AITW podcast. Goodbye.